Oh, roll call, sorry. Tammy Anthony. Here. David Hubble.
Here.
Amy Roberts. Rebecca Pence.
Here.
Amy Morgan.
Here.
Can you hear me, Rebecca?
Yeah, you're a little far away, but you're fine.
Hang on, we're gonna
Hang on a
turn this around, because I feel like this is where most of it's gonna be. Okay, now say something, see if
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
A little bit better, we just moved it closer, Rebecca. All right, so. The,
Oh, I didn't do the meeting minutes.
meeting minutes, yeah, they're right here.
So it's, what month is it?
This is
March.
February.
Wait,
This says February.
it says March at the top.
Oh, okay, March 9th, I'm sorry, yes, you're right.
March meeting minutes, because we didn't meet in April.
Correct.
So March meeting minutes.
Motion to approve those?
I make a motion.
You looked at them, didn't you?
Yeah, I looked at them.
Okay. A second?
I'll second them.
You weren't here, that's right. All approved, or what I gotta say?
All in favor?
It's been a while. I guess.
Aye.
Rebecca, you too?
Yes. Wow.
Amy?
Okay, got it.
Okay, those are good.
Be sure to speak directly into whatever it is you got in front of you.
Okay. Well, okay, I got a little closer. Amy and I are still fairly socially distant.
Just wheel down there.
Yeah, that's
And you can wheel that way.
Wheel that way. All right, so it looks like new business. First thing on the agenda is the park opening.
State says we can open,
For parks in general.
the state says we can open every park and splash pad March 24th. May 24th. Don't
May
listen to me. May
24th.
24th.
Okay, so you're saying that's at 100%, no restrictions?
No, that's
No.
with
That's with what
That's
kind of
with
restrictions?
restrictions.
Okay, so what kind of I remember looking at it.
I sent you guys,
You did.
there, it was extensive.
So my
restrictions.
question being, if we're gonna open with restrictions, how are we going to get those restrictions followed? Like, what will we do to implement those restrictions?
We're supposed to do a 50% capacity
So do we know
between the
capacity?
park and the splash pad. Well, we've had discussions. And if you do the park,
How could you possibly police that?
Right, that's
that's exactly what we were talking about.
The
I
issue.
think the feeling I'm getting from the emails from the other towns
Right.
is, because I have this listserv and they all talk about, how are you gonna police that? It's basically, you say you're doing this is what it should be, and then
Hope that people
hope
follow
that people
guideline.
adhere to it. If it gets overwhelming, then you step in and, we're not gonna be able to keep Tommy and Timmy 6 feet apart on the slide on the playground. It's not gonna work.
In the social distancing, a recommendation. It's not necessary, because like if I want to be by you, I can.
Right.
You know what I
There's,
mean?
yes,
So if
yes.
Tommy and Timmy want to play together, then Amy and, whoever, better
Mom,
be mom and dad. or
Now-
mom
How do you
or-
know they're not family?
Exactly.
And the other thing is, now what we do have to do is all our employees have to wear masks. That is on there. Employees have to wear masks down there, and there's cleaning, we need to keep,
Extra cleaning done on like
Extra
our
cleaning.
tables and
yeah,
our
the tables
our
and the,
slides and things like that.
separate the tables. We need to scatter the tables
Really?
more.
Okay.
They need to
I would
be-
think they were well more than 6
Well,
feet
people
apart.
move them, but we're gonna have to we're gonna have to somehow have some sort of a notice, do
Don't
not
move
move
the
tables, do not move chairs. I know, it's ridiculous.
Well, to get it open, that's what it's gonna take. I mean, we're definitely all gonna have to.
Now, there was a suggestion, there was a thought about to try to limit capacity on the 24th was to open the park and splash pad to Daleville residents only,
I don't know how you police that either.
unless you take
Jesus, Mary, Jesus.
bracelets,
Which we talked about.
We talked about in the
We have
beginning.
done that in the beginning. We talked
bracelets,
about that.
marking them, I mean, and every day you got a different bracelet, and it would be our part-time workers and our workers down there, we're gonna have 200 people at the park.
And they
And
only.
we only have 200 bracelet, 200 green bracelets with a triangle on it, and that's, the 24th is Green Triangle Day, and then we make up the other days, and they hand them out, and once they're out, no one else can come. If you don't have a bracelet on, you're not supposed to be there. And to get the bracelet, you have to show that you have to show to be able to
The
resident.
one thing about that is though, because say 200 people at one time, I may only be here from 12 to 2.
And that's what we talked about
And
too,
so then Tammy's family may want to come.
but they're
Between
locked
4
out.
and 8, but they're already locked out because the 200 bracelets are already given away, and that's not.
I think
Good
if
way
we
to
do
do
that
that.
also, we would have to have shortened hours for right
So back to kind of where we began at the beginning, I'm almost thinking like, we put the rules out there and we have done our part. If it gets overwhelming, that's when we step in. But at this point, we have to kind of go and pray that people know.
now. I don't think there's any state, local,
Well,
what?
First of all, does the county health department have any different requirements, be it versus the state? Because sometimes counties are a little more strict.
They
Yeah.
do not. They do not at this point, they do not. They're not going, in my understanding, they're not even policing it per se. I mean, I don't know,
it's up to us.
it's
to
kind
do
of
that.
very vague on who is supposed to be policing all of this. Very vague. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess,
that's what worries me the most, because Bill just stuck up everybody in the lawsuit.
yeah.
I was talking to a
I
friend.
mean, we can police it. We can have our employees, you know, if Dan's down there, let's say Dan's policing the park.
And he's an adult, so we
And
can
he's
do
an
it.
adult, he sees somebody without a bracelet, I'm sorry, you do not have a bracelet. I don't know, I, only if it gets overwhelming, I don't know.
I say that don't unless we need to.
That's what I'm thinking. Can we, this is a fluid situation, right? So it's changing daily.
Oh, yeah.
So can we open with our, what we were told to do? We've posted these rules. We've done everything that we need to do. We're gonna follow all of our guidelines that we have been given. And if it becomes a problem, then maybe address and think about maybe a bracelet, but start and hope and pray that people have some common sense, because they've been practicing it for so long. Maybe they don't want to be
Right.
near.
Yeah.
If we start
How do
that way.
people feel at the dentist? Or people just, well, they don't want to come anyway, but I don't know. I've been at home, so I don't know how, I've talked to people, but how do people feel? There's plenty of people out at Walmart,
Oh,
Lowe's,
they're everywhere.
so do
People
you,
are
do
everywhere.
you guys,
People are everywhere.
are you seeing people reluctant to come?
Oh.
No,
No,
And you can
I wish
see
we were.
if it's sunny and it's warm,
yes.
that first Sunday, I think we're gonna be packed.
I agree.
Now, with that said, sunny, warm, and chlorine water are the best things
Right.
against the virus.
Exactly.
So as far as that goes, the only thing that has to be cleaned, looked at is the underside of our slide and the inside of our slide. That would have to have extra attention, not every hour, but at night or, I don't know. I don't know.
So are we thinking then, obviously you guys may have, because you've had these guidelines for a little while, are we thinking then that we want to just open on the 24th, post the restrictions that we have, and hope and pray that everybody does it right, and if not, let's revisit it? I
Okay.
mean,
Okay, and May the 24th, is it really gonna be that warm here?
yes,
I don't know.
It's supposed to be near 80.
it is, it's supposed to be warm, but
Open to be just a few weeks.
say that again, Rebecca.
I'm concerned that it's not gonna be warm enough at that point, because we postponed opening opening for a couple of weeks.
No, it's supposed to be 80 degrees. It's supposed to be almost 80 degrees. It will be warm.
Well, and we're gonna wanna open the park anyway, even if the water park's not open, even if the water's not on and, you know, there's not enough kids there and the water's not on, the park's gonna be open.
Right.
Okay, I know, Adam, you had your hand up. I know you want to say something. What was that?
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's appropriate because I'm not on the board.
That's fine.
or anything. It's time for, I guess, public comment. Some of the thoughts I've had on it are, by the looks of it, it's going to be in the mid-80s.
Right, it's gonna be
If
warm.
not warmer.
Yeah.
And there needs to be some type of control over the flow of people, or some way to control it. And I do like the wristbands idea, because even if, say, you just set it at like 300 people, that is overwhelmingly the majority of people in town, with kids.
Yeah.
Are you
And-
saying just double resident wristband type thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other side of it is that if you make it known, like there's some signs at the entrances, hey, you have to have a wristband to use the park,
Right.
and you have to be a Daleville resident until the state.
July-
of Indiana-
July 4th, yeah.
I think the residents will self-police it personally.
Oh, you're exactly right. There'll be all kinds of people tattling and.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, I
I
would
like the bracelet idea myself.
be. Okay, well,
Yeah.
listen,
Okay, no, wait.
And it gives you
Okay,
go ahead, finish.
later, as people have adjusted to the bracelet idea, they know I have to have a bracelet to use it. And it doesn't cost me anything because I'm a resident of the town.
It's true.
Maybe later, maybe it's this year, maybe
Yes.
it's next year, you can start charging non-Daleville residents for a wristband. Even if it's only 50 cents or $1 or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
Here's your wristband.
And we have talked about wristbands many times in the past, so I'm certainly not opposed to that.
So that's it, that's all I
Just
wanted
gonna
to
have
say. on it.
legalities on.
Right,
that.
yes.
Done.
Yeah,
I agree with Adam. The only problem I have at all is what you were talking about earlier, when, Tammy's family leaves.
Mhm.
I hate to see 300 people get in, and then at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock,
nobody there.
there's nobody there, because we've given out 300 bracelets.
So can we,
They try to be in.
well, No,
What if you did two?
no, what if you did 2 for the day? You did 1 up into X
Kind
time.
of like,
I talked
A
about
session.
possibly doing
A
sessions.
session, yeah,
I
yeah.
I actually thought about 3 sessions, but I don't care about 2 or 3, whatever. I thought it would go from like 9 o'clock, when it opened in the morning until
1, whatever. I'm just-
noon, and give an hour break.
Mhm.
Where you're cleaning out this part, and and then it go from 1 to 4 with an hour break, and then 5 to close. Now, it's just,
Right,
that would work, I think, later in the summer. I think Memorial Day, 9 o'clock in the morning, as far as people at the splash pad, it's not gonna happen. I think it's gonna be more like noon on Memorial Day that weekend. I don't think people will be out that quick. Maybe 11, I don't know.
And besides setting up a perimeter, do you set up a perimeter
We,
type of fence and like, I mean,
Are we talking
One way
bands
in,
for the
one
whole
way out.
park, or are we talking just for the splash pad? It's gonna be for the whole park, right?
if you,
For all
yeah,
of it.
if you're
Because
gonna
then
like
you'd be able to use
300,
both.
it's gotta be the whole park.
For the
That's-
whole park.
That's how big the park is. That's how we figure our people. And
And do
we're
we-
gonna decide. We're gonna decide, or the town's gonna decide how many, what that number is. Now, what we run into is the distribution of the wristbands. We have during the week, we've got Dan, or the Brad and those guys back there, and they're free, so don't have to worry about bonding anybody to take money. But we get our part-time, we're gonna have to have our part-time people doing that until July 4th, when I think we can go,
No restrictions, I think I saw that as well.
But on the weekend, I mean, we could have people coming in here, but we're not opening our office until June, because I have to get those barriers up before I can so the public would not be able to get bands from this office. And even then,
that's not.
I don't want that many people, huh?
That's not your job.
Well, I know, but
300 people lined up.
But the other problem we have, when we do open to the public, we really have to be restrictive on the people coming in, because we have such a small, you know how it is, we've got a small waiting here, so that's not gonna
also
work.
distribute those payments.
So but having somebody down, the guys down there, if we have one of those guys in charge of the park, and that's what they do, they're walking around, emptying trash, giving out bracelets,
We have fun with them, like some.
not
some
without,
cones or something.
well,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, some sort of barrier where
you
kind of
if you
gotta
put
in and out.
cones, I guess if you put cones around the back area of the splash pad, where the back pergolas are back there, the cement back there, and just have it come around the front and have them come in there at the entrance of, by where the bathrooms are, that part, and have them kind of funnel in there, I don't know. But if we're gonna do the bracelets, you're gonna know, because we're not gonna have a
And these
bracelet.
people are going to have to show on their actual like driver's license that they're a resident, right? Because let me tell you what's
Or
going on.
bill, utility bill, something like
Or,
that.
okay, well, that's true.
What happens, okay,
Something.
Because
what
like
happens when,
I've got my grandkids, I'm okay, all of mine live here, but say they didn't, and so my grown daughter wants to come in. You know, she's not a resident, but she's with me, and I've got grandkids,
I think that you should allow some gray area as long as it doesn't get abused.
okay.
because, like I was gonna say,
So you
Leon
have to
does
be
not, Leon does
accompanied
not
with
have
that.
an ID to show that he's in Dillville.
Yeah, but
Leon would be wandering around, he would be down here.
Right.
Yeah, so.
He's a kid.
So yes, I definitely see some gray area, as long as you're accompanying a resident, so like, I call my girlfriend in Yorktown, like, hey, bring your grands over, let's all go. If she's with me, maybe then,
Yeah, I think.
but
we
I'd
can
have to
allow
be
it.
there, is that,
Yeah,
Yeah, she's with you.
But at the same point, you don't want to have so-and-so, yeah, here's my 12 kids.
exactly.
You know, that, so that's what I said.
All right, hey, and I run this daycare, and I'm from Dillville,
But
but it's
this
a
is what's-
400 kid daycare.
yeah, this is what's gonna happen, because the
Oh, it
the
is.
daycare buses come in. and-
Oh, yes,
and
they do.
They don't come over from here, they're coming from Anderson,
Yes.
where the buses are, so they're not gonna be allowed in until July 4th, is what we're
So
saying.
we will have to put it out there on our
Right.
Facebook page and we'll have
Okay,
to blast
now,
it everywhere.
Before we
can.
get further, we talked about posting, having signs with rules.
Yes.
We don't wanna invest a lot of money in these signs.
No, I think. they
So do
can
we
be-
wanna we could get the temporary corrugated signs and have them made up, even advanced signs, to
Yeah.
do those for us. I gotta know what we're putting, how many signs, what we're putting on the different signs, where we're putting the signs.
Well, I would say at all the entrances, it would need
Like
to
the
say,
drive-in entrances, like you were saying, like
And it
maybe we put,
that it would need to say,
stop
Dillville residents only beyond this
until,
point. You know, due to COVID or something along those
due
lines.
to,
Due to
I'm just gonna
COVID-19
scratch.
restrictions, and we can simplify this. But due to COVID-19 restrictions, the William Walters Park, or however you want to put it on there, or this park, however you want to put it on there, is only accessible to Dillville residents I would say at least until July 4th, right? At this point, it's July 4th, barring any other changes.
yeah, right.
I just say July 4th.
July 4th, and we can always change it if we have to, I suppose.
Yeah, we can put tape over.
Yes, right, with an asterisk and down
We'll
the
just tape
bottom.
over the date.
And down at the bottom, our little asterisk can be like, subject to governor's rules or
Is the
something.
snack bar open? Can they pass out wristbands?
That's not their job.
I didn't know.
Yeah, no, but I mean, they rent that from us, so
Okay.
that's not something they already do plenty for us.
And then these are already in the actual middle of the
Yeah.
park. If you go
Right.
there, concessions stand.
Are you opening that?
I was just thinking it.
I mean, ultimately, it would-
Concession stand.
Yeah, it would be easy, of
The
course.
thought's been, we
Yes.
talked about the thing, and what we worried about was the
Well, and
the backup of it,
Yes,
the backup
exactly.
of it. If you're waiting back here to get a bracelet, and you just set an order, because we've got to figure out how, take the order and please go. Don't stand by the door, we'll come and, we've got to figure out a whole different way, because usually people.
Or
Right.
this is order here, pick up here.
Right, right, we have to rethink our way.
Right.
Do we want to make the rubber wristbands so they can use them more than once? Or will they be-
Thought about that.
Makes sense. You must-
The other problem is,
Well, residents could
Yes.
certainly have those.
Right,
And
just for
maybe
this
the other ones
period.
get paper ones, and then those are good for a while.
Because a paper one would be one day and gone.
Yeah.
But, and they get wet and stuff, well, they can last a day.
Yeah, they do, they last a day.
You would do like a rubber one.
Rubber one,
That's-
Yes.
yeah, so once they get it, they have it.
When we have those paper ones that for when we decide that we're gonna do give the out of town people would have those if we started charging for days.
I thought about that too, like the rubber wristband,
Yes.
like a season pass.
Yes.
And we could put town,
Yeah.
with the park, we
Early
can get those made, we've done it before with them. I could check into,
Check into that.
But when we looked at the wristbands, the little, Tyvek, just that standard, 2,000 for $160.
Holy cow, that would be,
and in different colors.
Yeah, so
that would
they're
be
not,
great.
So you could, so
It would be
We could
nice,
go
but
to
look
the
how
site.
large, it wouldn't be bad if they were all the same color, so you could instantly look and go, so they're all color.
well, I know, but I mean, and that's for the Daleville residents, the rubber wristband, I mean, that's a good idea.
That's a great
If we're gonna
idea.
do that, and then we don't have that.
Yeah, snooze you lose. Okay, so I know we were talking about the signage.
Okay, wait a minute, let's wait before we leave the bracelet idea. What color, just tell me, color bracelet and what color bracelet do you wanna do? Because it's gonna be uniform for Daleville. One that you wanna be able to
Like a bright
see.
yellow.
Right,
a
yeah,
bright
it's
color one?
visible.
yeah, it's gotta be
Bright-
yellow and gold,
The
right?
bright yellow, yeah,
Yeah.
the gold,
It's a Bronco color.
it is, with
Okay.
some black writing on
And
it,
bright, okay,
right?
black writing, and what do we wanna put on it? Just, town, do we wanna put the park name? Do we wanna put town of Daleville?
Do you need to put anything?
And the year. I know I wanna put the year on it,
Definitely.
just to have the year.
Well, should we though, really? Because if we can get 1,000,000 of them, we might want to reuse these next year.
Good
Well,
point.
Those cheap wristbands, those aren't the rubberized ones, those are just.
Right, right.
They're
Well,
not
they're
print,
just-
they're no print, they're just
It'd be
various
right, they're
colors.
just-
Oh.
yeah, those are, but the rubber
Oh.
ones you still can get, I mean, we got these made, oh my gosh, 9 years ago.
Wow, those
We
are
still
cool.
have them and they still hold up and, we still,
But they were
they ended up being
$2 a piece or
$2
something
a
like that?
piece, I think. But you could get them, well, but we got really particular.
Maybe $1 a piece.
We could probably. get
Could
them
we
for $1
not
a piece.
charge people for just the cost of them by saying, you can have a paper one, or for $2, you can have this one, and you don't have to come and see us again for a paper one. The paper ones are free, but if you want like a nice one, pay for $2. I would pay
I would
$2
pay
in a
$2
New York
for it.
minute. And then,
And there should be some writing on it, that would
I agree.
differentiate.
Let me get a price on it.
and then,
Yeah, the rubber.
my next question is, do they make smaller ones? Like child
I don't
size?
know. Let me.
Well,
It's
because
still
you know,
beyond
I'm thinking
my
like the
distance.
littles, I mean, if you see me with the bracelet and I got the littles or you got the littles or something, you're gonna know, but
Put it around your ankle.
And a lot of times that's what we used to,
Yeah.
we put them around the kids' ankles.
Always put
and
around their
we-
ankles.
well, I
Or
mean. Carl,
tied 'em- we tied 'em
it would
to
still
their-
fall- well,
we
mine
tied
fall
them to the
off
beach
hers.
bags, we tied them to, okay,
So we're gonna check on that.
yeah, I'll do that, okay. So wait a minute. William Walters Park is open to Daleville residents only until,
No, we need to talk to Joe.
Further
and see if
notice.
they can Do that.
Say again, Rebecca?
Is it legal?
Further notice.
Until further notice,
You
yeah.
guys are making a recommendation.
oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, yeah, further notice. Thank you, Rebecca. Good call.
What was that?
Just say until further notice.
Until further notice, and then
Then we're covered.
when the sign is gone, come
We
on.
just take the sign away and then you don't have to worry about it. We just-
And the good thing about it is, if we ever have, God forbid, we never have another pandemic, but if we ever have a reason that we've got it, just maybe, now my mind's going, I'm off. I'm thinking like, okay, maybe it can only be open to Daleville residents, maybe like once a month or something, or who knows?
Okay,
Just a thought.
calm down.
Calm down. That's what I said. I shouldn't have thought about that.
Okay, so we're gonna put design a sign, stop due to COVID-19 restrictions, William Walters Park is open to Daleville residents only until further notice.
You know what, capacity?
Wristband required.
Yeah, and capacity, we could put a capacity on it too if we wanted. So they'd know, I'm sorry, we've reached our capacity, and it clearly says it's 250 and you're 251.
Kind of like, we'll just do like a lot full, park full. You know how they have a lot
That's
full
true.
signs?
Yeah,
We'll just
there's
have
one
that
that
says
says there,
park full.
park over there.
We'll just put park full, then they can't come in.
Okay.
Okay, now, other question, what about the point about the sessions and people leaving, coming, going? How do we want to address that?
Should we wait and see what happens?
Well, I was gonna say, so, Okay,
So we'll see
so,
how it goes with that weekend or
well,
that day.
because you say like, so we're gonna have some paper ones too. You said you were gonna get some paper ones,
Yeah.
correct? Okay, so you either have to have a regular wristband, or like Dan's down there, and Dan's like, there's like 12 people here, and 10 people walk up and wanna come in. He could give them a paper one. He could,
Oh.
You
So
know,
they could add to
so
it.
you could add to it because,
What?
Control a public.
Well, that's the next
Legal.
question we need to ask Joe, because we tried to offset the cost of the park one year by charging for
Parking.
parking.
and he said no.
And it's a public park and we can't do that.
Okay, but we can limit the number of
If you
people in
limit
here.
the people, we may not be able to say it's a Dale bill.
But the state charges you admission to the state park.
That's true. They charge admission, but not necessarily for parking.
I think in these times we can restrict, but I don't want to restrict. Is Joe coming tonight? Joe Rickville.
So
Okay,
you can
well, there's my
ask
question.
Joe.
Okay, wristband required, so.
But I'm saying, if like, say I'm down here and I have wristbands, because nobody's down here like my day, because sometimes we do that. And I'm like, there are literally 30 people down here and 25 people come up that are Delville people. I could give them a band and be like, yeah, I mean, we're limiting the amount of people here. If there's only 30 people here have a band or whatever, they haven't got the other band or whatever. So I don't know that we need to do sessions right away. That's what I was thinking.
At Walmart, people, they make you go in one place and they count you coming in, or Myers,
They
count
do,
you coming
they
out.
do, you're exactly
But
right.
they had somebody working it. too.
Right.
Yeah, no, you're standing there watching people come in and
It's gonna be hard to police.
So,
it is, I'm hoping it doesn't become an issue because there's so many people.
But you really do limit it. This is my thinking. If you advertise it really well, and if we can do it with Delville residents only, Joe says, yeah, you can do that. I'm not, if I live in Muncie, I'm not driving over here,
To get
Take it
to
away.
the
sneak in,
Mhm.
take my chances. I'm just gonna stay over there and go to you or whatever. Or people come from, they come from all over. you know.
Well, everybody following their Facebook pages and stuff. We'll blast it there, blast it on the town
well,
page.
Julie will probably, they've got fenced in, they can.
And they charge,
One, two,
they charge when
three.
you get in, yeah.
They can just count.
You sure can.
What other, I need to go back to the signage. I know what signs for the people coming in, but I
Oh,
believe we probably should have should we have other signage inside once people get here? We have added extra hand washing signs already in the bathrooms, like a COVID, I got free one somewhere and Tommy's already put them in down there. I don't know what else we need to do.
should we ask Joe what we need to say legally? Like basically, I mean,
Well, you know what I mean?
socially distant type things, but again, that's just a recommendation. It's not illegal.
I wonder if we should post something like that, because we discussed the
What's
same
legal
thing.
and what's liable.
We discussed the same thing with the concession stand. In order to better protect you, we are doing these things, blah, 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 to safeguard you know what I mean? Do
Right.
we need to do something like that, or,
It's, yeah, it's just it's a lot of moving parts. Sometimes I
See,
feel
I
like
can
we're not
talk to
gonna
Joe.
know until the situation arises, and then we're gonna be like, oh, yeah.
There has to be some type of
What?
assumed risk.
Play at your own risk, something like
Yeah,
that.
there has to be.
Well, we already have-
You're at the park.
I was
it's
gonna
your
say, we
own
do have
risk.
some of those signs.
we already
down
have
there.
play at your own risk here, period.
You get COVID-19.
So,
Here.
basically like,
That.
we've
As
taken
we
every,
take these precautions.
well, we have taken every precaution to keep you and your family safe.
Who said it?
However,
However, play at your own risk.
right.
Okay.
We need to know from him if there's.
But we have taken every legal precaution, we don't say that legal, but we have taken every precaution that's necessary.
We could post a couple of those. I think.
But, you play at your own risk. You have to assume some risk.
You have to increase the amount of bleach and,
No,
Well, we have-
if those chemicals are in proper balance, it's more than enough.
Well, they've already gotten, the guys have already gotten the guidelines from the CDC, and this is what it should be, and they've got everything adjusted down there, exactly what it's supposed to be.
Good.
That's good. They over chlorinate it sometimes anyway, just, it's a precaution.
And I do think you need to require the people at the concession stand, the people who are renting, to provide some sort of proof that they are doing safe precautions, some kind of precautions. So like we've already talked about masks and everybody's wearing gloves, but what should we do because that line is crazy. Somehow we're gonna have to make sure that line, we're gonna need to put steps,
Well, a lot
and put them
of
out.
things do X's
Yeah,
and stuff.
tape.
Okay, we talked about that.
And you
That tape's gonna last 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Yeah, so let pavement.
Can,
Can we paint it?
I was getting ready to say, can you paint it?
And I hate the paint just for.
I know, and you're only talking for a month's time, but wonder if there's like a paint that would eventually wash
Pads,
off.
maybe like, your bases that you used to get.
That's what I was
at the store.
thinking.
Put a big X on it and just roll out
Like
there.
cakewalk.
Yeah, carpet squares. Have, like, you get carpet squares from the carpet store.
Yeah.
Those rubberized.
I mean, with your target audience, at that stand, good luck.
I know.
Well, we talked about how to do orders even, like, we're gonna,
Well-
virtual orders, but we're gonna have to tell them, used to we tell them, okay, you got your order, please go stand at the door. They can't stand at the door anymore. We're gonna have to tell them, what's your name? And then we're gonna have to send an employee out to
Give them a
deliver.
number.
Well, I know with you guys, I mean, in order for any place to be open right now, employees all have to wear masks.
Yeah, we've already.
So even for you to open, you have to do that.
I'm
So
just
we
saying,
know that you're.
we've
going
already
to-
got our
Figure all
masks.
that out. You guys though should make a statement saying that the people renting that need to
Yeah.
provide precautions. What they're doing.
Yes.
And then we need the people renting it need to have a written statement to you what we're doing.
So, yeah, those people, I think we know them. We can ask them to provide that. So if you.
Put that on the person that's going to be writing that
Amy,
statement.
if you want to write that in our things, that we have asked our leasees to provide a statement of the precautions that they are taking in reference to COVID-19 for this month, for sure, well, next couple months anyway.
I'll have to ask them to provide it before they open on the 24th.
Yes, if they could provide that, that would be great.
So can we get the rubber wristbands by the 24th?
I could try, I'll get on the web tonight.
You know what, if not, you can probably get the other ones to begin, but.
Yeah, we could probably definitely get the other ones.
Uh-huh.
So we can.
Yeah, I mean,
Statement of precautions.
I'm gonna be out of town, we're camping that weekend. So.
I thought it was odd that it's on a Sunday that they did it.
It's
It's not the
weird.
weekend.
Like the Friday before.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, according to like the thing, is it like in 4-week increments, or and it just happened to fall on that day, whatever.
Okay, so.
Do what, Rebecca? Oh, we can hear her. Hi, TP.
Oh, it's Terry.
Hi,
Okay, I'll come up with some statement for the signs and then. Okay, all right. Okay, so are we,
So we're good with opening on the 24th.
I'm gonna check on bracelets and I'm
And
gonna
you're gonna
work
check on
on getting
bracelets.
signs done.
Okay, let's get a number. What's the number of how many people is going to allow and what we discussed? Tom, Adam, do you guys have any input on that?
There's gotta be a formula.
Tom,
There-
Well,
It's
do
a
we know
square
the
footage.
capacity? What is the capacity of our park? Because if we divided that in half, that would be at 50% capacity, right?
When you go on
Tammy's
mine,
got something.
Yeah.
She texted me.
Tammy,
Yeah.
where
she's
is she on?
Yeah.
Tammy, you there?
Yes,
Oh, hi, Tam.
okay.
Adam said you had something.
In that handout that they sent us, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
It says, do not enter this facility if you have a cough, fever, or symptoms of illness.
I can get that from her.
Maintain at least 6 feet between you and other people who are not part of your immediate household.
She can say
Wear a
that.
face covering when you are not actively swimming or participating.
Uh-huh.
And in the handout, we've got emails.
I remember
I know
seeing
which
it.
one it is. It's the
I
one from the
remember seeing it,
CDC.
yeah.
But yeah, there was a table that had some sort of calculations on it.
We're gonna find some.
Yeah, it just has like 7 bulletins about what your signage has to say.
Okay,
we'll look at
I'll
that.
look that, that's what I'll do.
It was in that, I remember now that you started
What-
reading that.
Do you have that in front of you as far as the numbers for the figuring,
Yes,
okay?
um,
I mean, I can go look it up, I've got it.
Like Meyer has 1,050 people.
Yeah,
Right.
it's based off your square footage.
So what do you do?
You gotta count the square footage of the splash pad and the playground.
Yes.
And not the,
And the concert area.
I was gonna say, in the concert area, I would think,
yeah,
and walking trails.
I would check then if you
Look,
fill out
it's
like 300
dark.
people, you're gonna be way under.
I think so too.
good to see you. He's outside. Okay, so I need to be a doggy downer.
Wow,
What is it?
Hello,
yeah, we hear you.
hello.
Oh, can she not hear? Rebecca, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I can hear you now.
If I had my choice. Now,
I can hear you well.
okay, if I had my choice, we wouldn't open it until July.
She said.
She said if she had her choice, she wouldn't open until July.
No.
That's probably not gonna happen, Rebecca. We're gonna open on the 24th. I would be willing to bet on it.
I know I'm very conservative about it, but I had to put that in.
That's fine. Hey, that's what you're here for. That's exactly why you're here. Well, not here, but that's why we hear you.
All right, I found the paperwork.
Okay. Tammy just sent me a picture of
But
something.
it's only, when I looked at it, it was dealing more with pool capacity, which would be splashback capacity. I don't know how
It's
it
a
works with the
playground.
park.
Yeah, I don't know.
Splash pad is considered a playground.
Okay, so this wouldn't necessarily apply to it. We'd have to find the recommendations for playground capacity.
Okay, so we have to find that.
So
All right.
basically, can you
So-
text Cecil and ask him how big our park is? Because
Can-
Cecil will know.
Hey, we don't necessarily have to do that right this second, do we?
Well, unless you want to set a capacity right now, we have to have a capacity.
I don't think we have to have one
We
right
open.
this. I know, we can get that information and set the capacity. We can say it's gonna be, we are going to set a capacity as soon as we get that at 50%. And as soon as we get that information from Cecil or whomever has it, then that's gonna be the number and that's it.
Yeah, because this is where I got some more signs.
So whatever that capacity is.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just make sure we have this. We are saying we are opening on the 24th at 50% capacity. That's what you have written down, Amy.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna get that 50% from Cecil or whoever has the capacity of the park. We're gonna have the signage made up so that we are in compliance with all of that,
CDC, yeah.
with the CDC
do we
rules.
have to publish our capacity?
We will do that on our Facebook page, I know, because we wanna get that out, that information out there.
I mean, the
We have to-
number, or say 50%, or do we say? 'cause
No,
if you-
I think we'll probably.
If you
set-
say there could be 400 people here, to me, that, everybody will think, well, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of
let's go. Do we have to put the number out there, or just say 50?
I think we have to know it, but I don't know that we have to put it out. We're operating at 50% capacity and leave it at that, but we all know that it's.
One of
X
the
number.
things that it says here, the facility owner operator should implement all reasonable measures to promote, enable, and encourage social distancing between patrons from different households. In bold, under no circumstances should lifeguards, we don't have any, but be required to enforce social distancing expectations.
Because I said, it's just a recommendation,
Right.
and it's not something that's enforceable. You have to take some responsibility
And the
for where you
50%,
stand and how
the
close you
fifty
get.
percent load is through stages 3 and 4, okay.
And we're in stage 3 now.
The plot of land
Yes,
that encompasses the drive-in and kind of goes basically straight back. So it cross sections essentially the pump house
Mhm.
and then goes all the way to the end of the pavilion. So that big square, that is
Okay.
2 acres or 88,000 square feet. And the other, which basically eliminates the larger playground.
right?
And that section is, it's not broken up right. So it's larger than the usable area, but that's almost 3 acres
3 acres additional.
additional. So,
And where did you say the extra 3 acres are, back at the back there?
well,
No.
it's like a pie shape that encompasses this building, its
Okay.
parking lot, and the property line basically back to.
But
the
even
edge
if
of
we
the dog
did,
park.
even if we did 2 acres and 88,000 square feet,
How many people per square feet?
I don't know how many per people, I don't know how
I don't know.
that's figured. What is,
Oh, this
is that what that
this is
says?
based on a pool, that this would be, we would fall into if the deck is twice the surface area of the pool. So basically our park,
So how many square feet is it?
88,000.
an 8 square foot of pool surface per bather. 10.
So that's 1,000 people.
Oh my gosh.
That's 1,000 people
Okay,
within
here-
that too, which we would never have. But that, and then if you divide that in half, that would be
Well,
500.
But that is the way they did it for,
That was for a pool.
well, that was for the 8 square feet of pool surface per bather is for the shallow or waiting areas. So you take A, that's A. Section B is deep areas, you get 10 foot of pool surface per bather. And for diving areas per diving board, which we don't have, is 300 square feet. So if you just did A plus B, you have 18 square feet of pool surface per bather. If you did a pool, which has a deep end and a shallow end,
But we don't have.
I
What
don't
I'm-
even know
so
how
What I'm
you.
looking
So
at
basically,
here-
if you looked at the shallow end of a pool, you could allow for 8 feet per bather that's in your shallow end. So we can't even, this doesn't
That's
even
not
apply.
usable for
Well,
us.
this,
No,
this
this isn't gonna
says-
apply. We have to do like a park. I don't know what they're doing for the parks.
one person for every 120 feet.
That makes more sense.
That does make
That's
more
like
sense.
the inside.
Then this
Yeah,
other
this
one
is not
says
even-
Kroger will be limiting people, well, let's see, where was that?
So Tammy, what was one person? per-
Walmart's 5 for every 1,000 square feet.
Jesus,
So how did
so
they
that's
use this?
200 square feet per person at Walmart. Okay, are they just pulling this crap out of their butt?
Kroger's 1 person for every 60 square feet. So I,
So we can just make up our own stuff.
Well, there's no way that Walmart's doing it.
We're outside, we're not inside like
Right.
that.
Oh, that's
Right.
different too.
The heat in the water and the humidity dumbs down the virus.
So if you did one person every 120 square feet, you could have 693 people.
I don't think capacity is a problem.
And then, okay, but that's the maximum capacity, right? Then we take 50% of that? Is that what we're saying?
Okay, that's roughly 350 people.
And that is 120 square foot per person. And we want to go at 50%. And you say that takes us at approximately, we can call it 350 people.
Yeah, because that's not including,
And that's not including that extra 3 acres that we talked about. This is
Well-
literally just the first 2 acres, right?
Oh,
The
this
88.
have we ever had 350 people? I mean, besides.
Oh, yes, we have.
Well, like 4th of
of
July and
July,
all that, we have for
On
sure.
a normal splash pad day?
Probably the day, in and out,
Right.
that's why I keep saying, you know,
I don't think,
but no, I don't know.
there's not that much parking.
So 350 people at one time,
How many parking places do we
not that damn many.
have?
Yeah, I mean, 20 parkings.
People park at Ballards and come down.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean.
I mean,
Yeah, because I walk across
when
the
you look
neighbor's
at it
yard.
like that,
We
we
get
get
yelled at.
50 people. I don't think,
You walked across the neighbor's yard and got yelled at?
I mean, we may not be able
Oh,
to
they-
do the
those
4th of
people
July
complain.
at that point. but-
They had to put a fence.
but
We
even
put a
if it's
fence up.
supposed to be open. it's
We all-
supposed
Yeah,
Were you on the board when we authorized that
Yeah,
fence?
we had to put
we
it
do it
in.
the weekend before, so we could. But
People bitch about everything.
Yeah, they did. Okay, so,
I don't know if we have to.
I think limited to Downville town residents, I think will be good.
I do too.
I think
agree
it will,
with you,
it
Tom.
will shy people away. I think,
okay,
like you said. I'm
okay,
gonna
let's
drive
just
for
do, let's
Muncie.
just call it and call it Daleville Town residents unless it becomes an issue.
2024
And
open
then
to
we're gonna have to
Daleville
address
residents only.
Daleville residents only.
If possible.
Okay,
I think that's a great idea.
And you do want me to check on bracelets?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, we're opening May 24th, the Daleville residents only at 50% capacity with CDC guidelines.
Yes, agreed.
That
That's
could
not,
be our statement.
yeah. That's not something we have to make a motion for, though, right? It just is, because that's when it was gonna be.
Well,
open
we'll
anyway.
just say, when we go to the board meeting tonight, I'll say, they'll say, what from park board, and say, well, the park board's recommending that we open. That's what-
Perfect. Okay,
Question,
yes, stop.
we didn't do a show bar in the park at all.
So, okay, so we,
And
I
we're not
don't,
gonna monitor that.
No.
No one's gonna sit down there and watch that.
no, but we are gonna have to clean more. I mean, that's just part of it.
Yeah,
So whatever schedule they've been on, which is probably fairly non-existent, I think they definitely need to step that up and we need to get them on a more thorough
They-
schedule. Let's,
they had developed, I know they worked on getting some sort of sprayers with the disinfectant.
Oh, that would be
Because
great.
that was recommended for spraying playground equipment and things, that was the best way to do it, instead of wiping down the,
I agree.
Spray it off.
Yeah, because
It's
most
been
of that,
used
so yes, that needs to be added to a schedule somehow.
whoever is over those
Whoever's
people.
on charge of that, Mr. Roberts.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
is that
He
you, Tom?
wasn't listening.
You brought it up, so you better pay
You
attention.
they need to be starting now on a schedule of cleaning the park.
Well, if we open, we're gonna open
Spraying.
that one on the 24th as well, right?
Yeah.
There's not gonna be a need for a capacity or a Daleville resident type thing on that, I don't
No, but
think.
it does need to be cleaned on a regular.
It needs to be
Right.
cleaned regularly,
And
so,
they, like I said, Brad had developed a sprayer thing, so.
so is there a way we can do like a,
Schedule.
like an actual schedule that somebody writes, like, because we're gonna be held accountable if there's an issue.
Well, even
So I would like
our
that.
part-time people, they can get on the gator and drive and clean both parks.
And they have exercise equipment on there too.
They do, I've seen
Yeah,
other
that needs to
people,
be
I've
sprayed
seen
in.
people on it. So figure out how often it needs to be done, but I would say if we were doing it once a week before, we need to be doing it twice a week now, and we
I'll
can
bring,
improve that.
I'll also have that to the board when they ask what happened with the park board tonight, that it needs to be put on the schedule. So see who's somebody
that.
will volunteer
That
that
would
would
be
be their
great.
schedule.
I like that. Okay,
It'll be part of orientation.
okay. Yeah, you're right, they can get on the gate or Tom and just go down there
Yeah.
if they want to.
And spray it. but
Spray it down. Okay,
Brad thinks we have 100 parking places.
okay.
Okay.
I think he's overestimated by
Um,
50.
Because if you say 4 people per car, then it's 400 people, and that's an entire park.
Yeah. I don't think we have that many, but
One,
maybe we
one,
do.
one more thing before we leave.
Okay, one more thing.
So I talked about how employees are, so the CDC guideline is facility employees must wear face coverings when working near patrons or in areas accessible to patrons.
So when they're in the garage here working, they don't have to do it.
Right,
When
when
they're out
they're
in the
down in
public,
the public,
they need to
to.
wear it.
So in light of that, we need to order, the guys have, I purchased
Yes,
them
I
these
agree.
masks, but we're going to have to get some disposable masks. Now, I have applied for free PPE equipment that came out with something from the state that we could get free equipment.
Okay.
But I don't know when it's gonna come in, so are we saying for our part-time people, we're gonna just get disposable masks for them to be wearing?
They can wear disposable, or they can bring their own into it, I think.
Our part-time employees?
I think
Yes.
anybody, as long as you have a face covering, it doesn't say what kind. It doesn't have to be an
Yeah.
N95. It
Covering,
could
it
be-
does say face
It
coverings.
just says
It's
face, it
also-
could be a bandana, but as long as whatever it is covering your face. And a lot of people are making homemade masks, and I like those.
Yeah, I
have a lot.
I have a bunch in my car.
I have
man.
several myself. I got this one right here.
I got
It's got a
Cubs.
nose thing and everything.
We've got Cubs basement.
So,
I
yes,
got Reds,
so, as,
George Parkson.
very good.
Okay.
So, yes, so as long as they have
All
face
right,
coverings.
then I think we're good.
Okay, so we can move on to the shelter
There's the
rental
schedule.
schedule, am I correct? The shelter rental schedule. So I know last time we had agreed to raise the price, we made that motion, so
Yes,
it's definitely gone up.
It's gone up. yes.
And so I'm guessing, do we have this rented?
We've had some people
Inquiry.
reserve, but
Okay,
we've
so-
also had people cancel now.
Right, so on the 24th, I would say would be the first time that it's
Time,
available. And if we're gonna do it 2 times in a day,
gonna have to be.
It's gonna have to be sanitized, so are we gonna make the people who are doing it responsible for that?
No, we have,
We have
to
to
we
do
have to do it.
No,
Okay.
we can't do that.
So then our part-time people are gonna have no choice.
Sanitize between,
We're gonna have to
Sessions.
sanitize between
Do
sessions.
they work weekends?
yeah, we
Yes.
have people that work weekends. We have part-time people.
That work weekends?
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna have to have a whole new orientation thing. No doubt.
For the extra work and the extra money that this has cost, I wonder if we're eligible for any type of grants or things like that.
We've applied for all the COVID stuff
Okay.
we can get. So
Okay.
there's a chance you can get reimbursed for stuff.
Okay, that's good.
It's one of those,
Um,
you never know when you're gonna get it.
So I'm guessing, I'm saying on the 24th, then that's the day that
Okay,
we're
and we-
opening.
Refresh my memory, it's $60
I don't
for in
remember.
resident, wasn't it? Or did we leave it, what was it? Does anybody remember?
I don't remember what it was. When did we do that? Do you remember?
It
February,
used to be
It was
75.
February?
I think it was February.
I
It's
think
not-
we did
it's
it
not-
when I was here.
Was it
That was
70?
I wasn't here
February.
much.
It used to be 75 and 60, and we raised it to 100 and
75, maybe give or take 75.
Okay.
Oh, really? I don't know the answer
So I'll
to
just
that.
make sure, okay.
But I mean, it is in the minutes. We
Yeah,
definitely did that.
We've got it written down, because I
So
know I
4
put it on
people.
tag,
per
but
car.
don't you use the
Actually,
computer for when
I-
people
Three
call
and a
in?
half people.
I don't think that you were here that month. What month were you not here? February? That's the
That's what
month
I
we
think
did
it
it.
was.
Some-
We did it in February, because I remember writing it down.
Excuse me, but we're
So-
some,
That's when it was. Huh?
Joe Rat. He is coming tonight, and the answer is no.
No, what?
We can't restrict it to Delville residents only.
Why?
Because
Public
it's for the public.
But it was, wasn't it Daleville money that got it?
Right, still.
I mean, yeah, but I go to Muncie, my kids used to play it. I mean, go to Mounds, you go to, I mean, we pay to go to Mounds, but you know what I mean. Shadyside Park,
Can we say we're recommending only
Yes,
Devil
we can.
residents?
We can recommend.
Yes, we're recommending only Devil.
But
town
Can we, is
residents.
there a different word other than recommend that leads people to believe that we can enforce it?
that's where I'm going.
My daughter got it from somewhere, just so
We
you
would
know.
like.
Due to COVID-19 restrictions, William Walters Park is
Open to Daleville residents. Daleville residents. We don't say Daleville residents only.
That's true.
We only
Right.
say
It's
Daleville
open to
residents.
Daleville residents until further notice.
Right.
Oh, Joe, look at that. See what he does.
Boom!
He's gonna look at me and go, no. I know, I could just see.
It doesn't say Daleville residents only. It's
Well,
semantics.
if nothing else, you can go back to say, we would recommend.
Is
I would think.
Right.
open
We
to,
recommend
At least
They-
that.
due to COVID-19
We asked
restrictions,
that-
we are recommending William Walters Park is open to Daleville residents until further notice. I'm gonna show this to him and let him
I mean, 'cause
give
we
me a
don't-
legal statement.
if we
on
don't
it.
have the word only on there, because before we did,
Yeah,
Then I don't know how they can,
and then, I mean, because it doesn't say that I'm not allowed.
I'll argue it with him. I'll argue.
I mean, I think it's semantic, and
He's
he's
used
a,
to me.
he's a
doing-
lawyer, so
Yeah,
he knows that there's a word gonna be missing. Okay, okay, okay.
Back
Okay.
to rental.
Okay.
That's
Summer
gonna open on
rental.
May 24th as well.
May 24th.
Yes.
Yes.
And we're gonna
But
talk
it will
about
have to be
sanitized
sanitized
between
in
sessions.
between by the, yes.
Okay.
So that.
So that's that, and the summer, now we're on to summer events.
Oh,
Trina was
God.
gonna get something to us, but I.
I didn't get anything from her, but I know,
I sent you guys all some of the stuff that I was getting on my listserv from. So I'm on a listserv with all the clerk treasurers in the state
Oh,
of New
okay.
York. So they all start writing, hey, when are you opening, or what are you doing your summer event? So people did Churubusco, which is
Mhm.
big Turtle Days festival, they canceled everything.
okay, see, and I feel like that's preemptive. I'm not sure why everybody canceled everything so quickly.
I think it's funding. I can't
That's-
go to my small businesses and say,
Right,
hey, Mike Morgan, I need $500.
yes.
Dr. Davis, I need $500. I can't do that.
Well, I know that's why,
Now,
why we need to do what we need to do, because,
Trina recommended, I did talk to her, we talked about it. And she's thinking, what if we didn't necessarily, okay, no summer festival. However,
concert series.
concert series, and no festival for July 4th, no that. And, listen,
I'm
but
with Adam.
as
I have a two thumbs
the
in.
summer goes on, things, but I mean, if we can bring a band in and do the thing. And if we
Okay.
can bring, and do instead a big fall festival, people will be more open to it, and a Christmas.
Well, and actually, I reached out to Brett Cook on my own because we've been friends since we were kindergarten, and told him that it probably was going to come to pass that we were going to have to cancel the summer concert series. I told him, we had to do this at a meeting because we had already gone through the board and board approval and all that. But it was my intention to bring up that we cancel it, basically for funding reasons, because I felt like you've been closed for 3 months, and you're struggling, but hey, can I have $500 or $1,000? So
Right.
It's
He
gonna
said-
tie Trina's hand.
he said he totally understood. And then he messaged me back just last week, I think, and said, do you think maybe we could do like one big concert like in August? By then, we thought maybe restrictions might be lifted, rather than doing the 3 that we had initially talked about. And so I told him I would bring that up here today. So if that's something we want to do, then I can reach out to him and be like, hey, you brought this up. And I'm sure he's talking about him doing it, him and Michelle. What are you willing to do it for? Knowing that our funding is going to be minimal. We don't know if we're going to be able to get it funded, like, give me a ballpark figure. I didn't ask him that, but,
So like a whole day thing, like several groups, or just one night?
I don't know. He said just like one, so I would think it, and they brought in more people than they.
They were the biggest concert.
They were by far the biggest concert that we had.
Well, he's always could bring Seth.
Right, yes, if Seth's not doing anything, he might, but really, Michelle and Brett are the draw. I mean,
Yeah.
Seth's on the radio, but Michelle and Brett are
Well,
entertainers.
if you go
They're
back,
entertainers, and plus
People
they
will
have,
be,
and they'll be dying to, ready to get out and come to us.
so if,
But yes, you're right, with both of those, there's no reason we can't have like, Miss Molly. Tammy is always, friends with Angie. I don't know that Tammy probably get Angie to do that for a great price, get exposure.
bring
They're
it in,
good, and they have a great local following.
oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So that, I just don't know what people are gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, are they gonna come out or are they not? But the August
They're going to
concert,
Walmart.
if
Yeah.
Brett,
you're on the
if
list.
Brett's willing to do
They're
that,
definitely going to Lowe's.
we need, if Brett can help us with funding sources, because I think
I know.
our local funding sources are gonna be
They're
dried
gonna be
up.
dried up. yeah.
Why don't we wait till June meeting to see how it goes?
Okay, so
We have an idea.
I'm good with that, but in the meantime, I will just message him back and say, hey, we
Get some
discussed
ideas.
it. We definitely,
Are interested.
but we are definitely canceling our summer concert series, is that correct? Are we gonna need, since that's already on our thing, do we need to,
We need to vote on it.
do we need to vote on that? What do you mean I'm not, Tammy? What she's saying, she says I'm not. Yeah, I don't know, since we already voted on it,
Right.
it's on
We're
there,
not-
and we presented it, I'm assuming that we would need to make some kind of motion that we are canceling that summer, those 3 concerts that we.
I make a motion to cancel the concert series.
I'll say.
She said she's not coming out, even to Walmart.
I have not been to Walmart. I refuse.
Oh, I've been a couple times. I know,
No.
Tammy, I know you're staying home, honey bunny.
They're not.
We do the grocery pickup.
That's what she does. She's been doing some delivery. I got her, told her she needed to
How
do
does the
shit.
movie nights work? What do you guys have to do for that?
We have to get funding for all of that too.
We usually get independent sponsors like Love the Dentist usually does it.
Well, I mean, so there's a cost involved, like, do you like rent a
About
projector
five-
and sound?
Well, we have a guy that comes in, we have to pay for the movie rental, which is, the whole package together ends up being almost $500 for the night. There's a guy out of Yorktown that brings a screen, projector, and he runs everything for us for
The sound, all of it.
for everything for like $125. And we usually get a movie for around $325, $350, depends on the movie.
Do you have to pay for the rights to
We have to pay
broadcast
for the
those?
rights, yes.
No, you have to go through, there's a set list of movies you can choose from and everything.
You
Yeah.
can't just, I've gone the whole way. I've even tried using it from a not-for-profit standpoint, doing it.
It's like $500.
Yes,
Every
every
to do
movie.
the whole thing. Well, and that's for the guy doing the projecting for us and us.
Yeah, but he does it super cheap.
Yeah, that's
He's
cheap.
super, because he
Yeah.
literally does it all. We don't do a thing.
We basically get the movie.
We
from
hand
a-
him the DVD.
a place called Swank. It's online. Trina found it. It gets a list of movies and we pick the ones, you know, she usually has a few suggestions, goes to a sponsor. Like the dentist did what, Willy Wonka one
Because
time,
the
they handed out
chocolate
toothbrushes, you know, so they promote their business at the same time. It was really nice. The kid, it was great.
I'm telling you, that movie series.
It was building momentum.
You actually could do that because there's not that many people coming. I mean, it's good attendance, but take the social distance.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we could do the,
We
not
should
till
have
after July
Monday.
4th, we can.
Right.
But we could, but whether, again,
We can get the
whether we can
sponsorship.
get the
Sponsors to pay.
Yeah, whether David, I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
Dr. Davis
if I don't
was-
need
he
to,
always
I know.
Dr. Davis is very good about it, but if he's been closed first, you know,
Right.
would he be able to put the money out for it?
Right.
Will he be recovered by then? And the truth is, I mean, he's opening now, and it's what, May, June, you know, we hit him up for like a July. we're
I could probably get
okay.
it July, between him and the
July.
orthodontist, I could get a movie.
Yes. And if we knew
That's
somebody that was at the hospital, maybe they might want to sponsor a movie.
Yes, maybe the hospital would sponsor one like later in the year, you know, when it's not
Good
COVID.
luck getting anything out of it.
What'd she say?
I'm getting anything out of a turn.
Good luck getting it.
Either way, utility.
Well, but
Yeah.
if we could get the first one going, then we could worry about the second.
Right.
But I mean, it's nice if we have it because,
She does like it all lined up.
well, and I'll tell you why, because he is a DJ.
Yeah.
And so our movies have to be on Friday night because he does weddings on Saturdays. So she already has them booked. She already has the dates booked.
Yeah, she booked the
She has
dates,
the
not
dates.
knowing when we were gonna be able to do it, so she knows she can just cancel.
She already has those dates, and so,
The town could probably sponsor it.
yeah, the town could probably sponsor a night. We love that. We love that.
You know, our budget's gonna be tight too, because people aren't gonna be paying property taxes.
I paid mine.
They could do still by July 14th.
I
That's
know,
true.
I
That's
know.
They're gonna be paying.
Okay, so, look, we think we just got 2 movies covered.
I'm pretty sure I can get a movie covered.
Okay, and I might be able to work that Legion angle again. So we might get 3 movies covered, and I think we only have 4 or 5 books.
I mean,
so-
between the Legion and Mike,
Okay,
maybe they
so-
could split one.
If you
How
don't do it in July,
Pardon me, Rebecca?
How much is each?
Approximately $500 is what we
Under
usually ask
500,
for.
and it's.
She usually gets 500.
Okay.
So $500 is what we shoot for. So,
Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna say proceed with movies starting in
Okay.
July.
yeah. That's what I said. She said, good luck trying to get money out of attorney. All right, so hopefully proceed with those in July.
That was.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Trina to proceed with,
Yes.
and she'll probably be calling you about when, yeah. So well, she'll probably put it off till, she won't put it off too long.
So she can't put it
Because
on
she's
too
not,
long.
yeah, because she's not gonna be here in July. She won't be,
She's
she'll
got-
wanna get July set.
Yes.
Right.
And
I'll
I
work on
think
that.
we can probably,
We can
we
manage
can
the
get
rest.
July set, I'm sure.
Yes.
We can get the rest of the dates from her and do that, because, yeah, come into June, I don't think she's gonna be.
Okay,
Throw this out to them.
So we're-
yeah, well,
I really want to see an 80s movie night. like
okay.
Goonies or Ghostbusters.
She's
Back to the
she's looked
Future.
into that.
What'd you say, Rebecca?
They won't, because everything has to go through Indianapolis anymore.
Oh, okay.
So are we gonna do July, August, and then maybe September?
We usually do,
And we usually try to do one in September. So usually, a lot of times it's near the end of September, because we're trying to get a Halloween, we've done Hocus Pocus and that kind of thing.
I think she wants to do Hocus Pocus again. She likes doing Hocus Pocus that last.
So we're looking at.
And everybody
3
wants to
movies.
see Hocus Pocus.
Or you can do Goonies then too.
Oh, listen, I like all of those movies too. I'm good with that.
I think Goonies is a great one.
So, we didn't did we do Sandlot last year?
Yeah, we did not do.
She wants to do- She wants
Sandlot
to
was
do Sandlot really,
I'm
really
sure
bad.
audiences don't
And a
know.
baseball movie with no baseball would be, you know.
Yeah,
kind
she
of
definitely
entertaining.
wants to do Sandlot.
It'd be kind of.
She's had a lot of people request that one as
Just
well.
Major League.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I like A League of Their Own. That's
It's
my
family
favorite.
movies, family movies, family movies.
There's no reason we couldn't do an adult movie night, you know, like not adult, XXX. I don't mean that. Adam immediately was like, boom, what night is that, Amy? How is it? No, not triple X Factor County.
Last time going an adult night,
I
Right.
remember having to turn my head when I was little when we drove.
When you drove past
on
on 3? no triple X night, but like you could do a PG-13 or an R even, you know, like something like that. More adult-ish. It could be like,
Halloween.
it could be Scream or something, you know, because they drop an F-bomb and show some boobies. Need to be rated R. So,
Well,
I'm
not if
saying
we're gonna
adult.
call it family movie night.
Aaron,
Not if we're calling
I
it.
didn't say anything bad, I didn't say it.
Not,
But if we're calling it family movie night, it's gotta be PG,
right,
right?
we need to think family movie night. We usually stick
No,
to
I'm
PG.
not, you guys were talking adult movies, I'm not talking, family movies, yes, PG
I
or
mean,
G.
Goonies runs as family movie night, so.
I think it's as close to as risky as we can get.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll
We
talk,
can,
we'll
there's
talk
probably a
about it.
PG in the say, because there was no
To
PG.
be honest, we're gonna wanna try to
Right.
It was
get
just plain
Yes.
PG.
on the schedule and make sure, because she's not gonna be.
Yeah, we'll have write Goonies on there and ask her to look, because that's a good one. There was
I
another
have a
one around
list
that
of-
time frame, the Goonies era. I can't remember
You
what
said Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters,
Yeah, never
especially
mind.
since the new one got pushed back.
I know.
Okay, so we can
Back to the
definitely
Future.
work on that, but I'd love to resume those movies in July. And it looks like we're gonna maybe have a couple of sponsors.
Yeah.
Town will sponsor one, Dr.
I'm
Davis.
gonna guess it'll be later July. That's probably when the date is.
I'm sure she already has it. All right. So we got all, is that, oh no, we gotta, are we canceling our 4th of July thing? What was the date of that? June
June
something?
29th or something like that.
We have no choice but to cancel that.
Correct,
Correct?
we can't do it, yeah.
So are we gonna need a motion to cancel that as well?
I don't know, we have to. We
Okay.
just haven't.
We just cancel all of our summer events,
Can you call Mike? and see what-
basically.
Can you call Mike?
Okay, so
Or table, well, cancel everything and we'll discuss it again.
Well, we don't.
actually,
Yes,
we can reschedule our summer
We
event.
could call it a summer event.
We can reschedule that summer event to a fall event even.
Well, we could just have our fall festival and make it
We could do fireworks then if we want to. There's no reason we couldn't do that.
end of
And have-
summer, call it end of summer.
Yeah, we could call it our end of summer concert or our end of summer celebration rather than our 4th of July celebration. Okay. All right, so that's the summer events. That's all that we had booked, right, Amy? All right, do we have any new business to discuss? Anybody?
We got cameras. We got any cameras?
You look very nice.
They do look really nice.
Thanks, guy.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Adam.
Adam.
Welcome.
We appreciate them. So how did we pay for them?
Camden.
The town bought them? Yay!
Yeah.
I mean, because we had,
How yet, but.
we had cameras, right? I mean, we had some.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm going to check another thing with Joe Brett tonight, how we go about, because we own those cameras and maybe we can sell them,
Okay.
make some money back. But originally the cameras were bought out of Edmond.
Oh, and I know at one time we talked about putting cameras down at Shellabarger, because we had some, and we talked about it.
I was talking to Brad about that. We need to get power
Okay,
down there,
right,
That was the issue before.
and then I'll need to put in like, I did a wireless link
some type of wire.
to the water tower,
Okay,
so we're not paying double internet essentially. So we would need to do that.
well, if we already own those cameras, then, and if we can put them to use down there, I'd love that.
I don't know if we can use the old
I
cameras.
don't know if they're compatible. I haven't taken the time to dive into that yet. But
Slacker,
the cameras themselves aren't that expensive. So,
Yeah,
and the system we have, we're only at 50% capacity.
nice.
So we can
Add on to it for sure.
add quite a few.
So we can, the way that you remote it from there, we could remote it maybe from there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. There's a line of sight to the water tower,
Oh, okay, and there's not for down there, and it's kind of in a little valley too.
right? But we may be able to go from the water tower to the park. So-
Oh,
so
Piggyback that,
having
that
the
would be
water
great.
tower
These
provides
were
a lot of
eighth of
opportunity.
the price, I'd say. Right? Eighth of the
We
price.
need to
of the
hear back
original.
then, because we went through, we had a whole presentation, and they were,
Eighth, I would say eighth of
They
the
were-
price. Am I about right at the?
we had to choose
I would
different,
say,
Yeah.
we had to choose levels, like the one that they showed us, where, you know, we could zoom in on license plates.
Well, Yeah.
all of that. We didn't even choose those, so, okay. All right,
Yeah, we can realize it, but we did that the other day.
good. All right, so anything else? So we got the new cameras and there is talk about doing that. Remoting those down there, adding cameras potentially down there.
Yeah. I don't know of anything else.
I know we had some vendors already booked for our, summer thing.
I think Trina's been in
I was gonna
contact
say, we
with them.
need to get in touch with them personally, because I know, I'm sure Studebakers were one of them, and they're loyal vendors for us. So
I
I'll
think
make sure
Trina's
that
already
they
been
know
talking to a lot of people.
Okay.
She's already had
that.
contact.
Okay,
She's been good, trying to get everything
trying to get everything done before.
done
maternity
before baby comes. So.
I think they still may want to come in. I mean, July 4th, regardless of the festival.
leave. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe a really
And
busy-
Yes.
You can
Well,
have a
and
food
really-
truck for the,
That,
Yeah.
they may, you know, we got 3 new restaurants opening up here really, really soon.
3?
67, the I Caramba, or what, I don't know. Caramba, whatever, it starts with a C. And
The
then,
wagon.
and then Gun Rights, what is it?
Oh,
Did someone try to correct me? What was
Well,
it?
it's English, it's the wagon.
The wagon?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Boy,
why
that's
the
what it
See
is.
the wagon
that's
outside?
why the wagon's out.
Yeah.
I drove by and I'm like.
But what is it?
We had our Spanish exchange student, I go, what does that mean? And he goes, I don't know. It's not it's a Mexican word,
Yeah.
I guess. I said, is it wagon? He goes, yeah, yes it is.
Okay.
That's what Google Translate told me.
What is the name of it? It's,
Begins with the C.
yes, it does begin with a C. Anyway, we've got
I
3
agree.
new
So
Tom.
what's the other one? Done right?
Done Right, the Mexican restaurant, and where Third Generation is, it's getting ready to open.
Oh, that's right.
So it's just outside of.
It's just outside of us, but it's still
Right.
out. I mean, it's somewhere we're gonna all, I'm
We're
gonna.
getting a major coffee shop too.
Yes, I did know that.
That has now been named
It is
Starbucks.
Starbucks, what?
That's official?
official. We can say the
Oh,
word.
You know what, I'm just gonna have to get another job. Well, unless Tammy wants to bring me more Starbucks.
I just want gift cards from now on. For gifts.
Where is
I'm waiting for a text
Right by,
from Tammy.
White Castle.
Do what, Rebecca, were you talking to us?
That little bit.
We're way off
Between
subject
White
here. We
Castle
need
and
to-
Nah, we're not. We're good.
What time do we have to end by?
We don't.
We don't, because there's about 7.
Well, I'm going to Mexican, so we're gonna end here in just a second. Caro,
CARRO?
I think it's more than
You
that.
gotta roll
though.
your
It's-
R's.
It's bigger.
Yeah,
Double
How
R.
about camioneta?
Yeah.
Caro.
But I
It's
think,
Caro.
but it's long, the word is longer than that on there.
It's just made of longer, just then.
No, but it's not that long, it's just longer than Caro. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, okay, so if there's nothing else, do we have anything else? Are we done?
The wagon.
Can I go to Mexican, please? Not that one, the one that's actually open.
It's open and you can eat there?
I went there, the official opening night.
Monday night, I know, I have friends that were there, and I'm like, I'm
Where?
going. The one,
Chichis.
Chi-Chi's, the one where Chi-Chi's was. That's the one.
Riviera Maya.
Riviera Maya.
Riviera Maya, that's where I'm going. Like, hopefully my husband is showered and waiting on me. All
Oh, I
right,
like
so
the shower, has been waiting on me.
if we have, amen, if we have nothing else, we can adjourn. All right. 6:49, we adjourn.
6:49.
For supper.
Whatever.
For dinner,
Okay.
yes. That's
Whatever.
fine. I didn't mean it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't.
Oh my God. Rebecca, we're done. Tammy, we're done. We're done.
She's.
Now, next month we'll all be live again.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, actually, he turned the YouTube channel on. Bye, Rebecca. Bye, Tammy.
Bye. Bye.